Yo, what's good, everyone? It's Austin here, or Luna. So, sorry if you hear some background noise, like wind sounds. There's currently a pretty serious snowstorm where I live, and it's like negative 10 degrees with like 70-mile-per-hour winds. So, pretty scary stuff. I took my dog out earlier, and he literally lifted off the ground and almost blew away, and I had to take him inside because I didn't want my dog to become a fucking flying kite. So, yeah, apologies for any background noise, but let's jump into today's story time. Today's story time is a very good one in my opinion. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. It's definitely one of those pretty out there drug-related story time videos, so I just have to say, disclaimer, watch this for entertainment purposes only. Don't be going out and trying something just because you saw one of my videos. I want you guys to stay safe and not mess around with any of the shit that I talk about. So yeah, today's story time all starts off as a normal day back in 2016. Now, in 2016, as you all may know, I've talked about it a million times on this channel. That was really when my YouTube channel started to kind of blow up and a lot was changing for me. And I was just kind of focusing on YouTube at the time, really nothing else. I was really just working on videos every day and not really focusing too much on anything else because I didn't want to, fuck up my chance at doing this YouTube thing full time. So I remember it like it was yesterday, okay? It was a nice summer night. It was July 2nd to be exact. I remember because 4th of July was 2 days away, and I was excited for that because I was going to hang out with some friends. And I'm sitting in my room just working on a YouTube video like always, and I get a call on my phone from a random number that I've never seen before. So I pick it up, and I was like, hello? And I hear, Austin, bro. I was like, who's this? Because I was confused, right? Like they knew my name, but I didn't know who it was. And he goes, it's me, it's Jason. And I immediately realized it was my friend Jason. I was like, oh shit, why are you calling me from a random number? He's like, oh, I got a new phone. I forgot to give you the number. This is it. I was like, oh, cool. He's like, bro, what are you doing tonight? I was like, honestly, man, nothing. I'm just finishing this video, then I'm all free. He's like, we haven't seen you in a minute, dude. Like, you gotta come hang out. I was like, all right, bet, man. Like, let's hang out tonight. He's like, all right, cool. Sounds good. So we're going to Anthony's house in like an hour. You want to meet us there? I was like, who's we? He's like, it's going to be me, Nathan, Justin, and Anthony all hanging out at Anthony's house. I was like, all right, bet. So yeah, like an hour later, I leave my house and I head towards Anthony's house. And I get there and everyone was there waiting for me. I said what up to everybody. And we're all just hanging out, having a nice, just relaxing night, right? Now it's summer. No one has anything to do at this point. Pretty much all of my friends didn't have jobs yet because we were like fresh out of school or about to graduate out of school. So no one was really like, working. So everyone was pretty free at this point. Every day was pretty much like a Friday for all of us. So Anthony has the bright idea to throw a party. So he starts inviting a bunch of people over, and within like another hour or two, at least 10 to 20 more people showed up. And by like 11:30 at night, it was like fucking packed with people, like probably 40 people at Anthony's house. And for some reason, his parents were just like completely okay with it, so that was crazy to me. But yeah, after 40 or so people showed up, I start getting a little bit, claustrophobic, I would say, feeling a little crowded. I don't really talk about that a lot on this channel, but every once in a while, like when I'm at a party or I'm at like a big gathering, I start getting a little bit like crowded feeling. Like I feel like I need to like get out of there or else I feel like I can't breathe. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it does. And on this night, it seemed to be happening. So yeah, I end up leaving Anthony's house and I just go for a walk to clear my head. And about halfway through the walk, I get a call on my phone from Jason again. He's like, yo man, where'd you go? I can't find you. I was like, oh, I just went for a walk. I'll be back in 10 minutes. He's like, shit, man, how far away are you? I was like, 10 minutes? Like, that's what I just said. He's like, oh, my bad, man. I'm a little high. Can I come meet up with you? I want to go to Walmart. I was like, you want to go to Walmart? He's like, yeah, we need drinks. We're running out of water and stuff like that and Gatorade. I was like, okay, I'll just wait for you. So yeah, 10 minutes later, I see Jason running down the street and he couldn't drive because he was fucked up. And he comes up to me and he's like, all right, man, let's get this water. So we walk to Walmart. We go in there. I get like 2 30-packs of water. He grabs the Gatorade. And just as we're about to start heading towards the front to check out and buy our stuff, he looks at me and he's like, yo, man, you having fun tonight? I was like, yeah, man, I'm actually having a really good time. It's nice to get out of the house. Like, I've been kind of cooped up for a while now, ever since the YouTube shit started popping off. He's like, yeah, man, I know. I feel like I barely see you. He's like, how about we make this night something to remember? I was like, what do you mean? He goes, how about you do some Molly with me? And without hesitation, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out this Molly and shows me it in the middle of Walmart. And I was like, yo, chill. Like, put that back. He's like, what, man? No one's in here. I was like, dude, just be careful. He's like, come on, man. What do you say? And I think about it for a second, and I look at him, and he looks at me, and he goes, oh, yeah, you're thinking about it. You're thinking about it. I was like, chill. I was like, all right, man, listen. I'll take one. He goes, Yeah, that's all I wanted, bro. One's fine. I was like, okay. So he hands me this Molly in the middle of the Walmart sports drink aisle. And he's like, all right, man, cheers. And he just watches me take it. And almost immediately after taking this Molly, I think to myself, I just dropped Molly in the middle of a fucking Walmart, and I'm not even at the party anymore. Like, at the party, it would make more sense, but at a Walmart. So I'm like, all right, whatever. You know what? I'm in now. May as well ride the train, right? May as well just see where it takes me. So me and my friend, we go to the front, we check out, we buy the water, we buy the Gatorade, and we start walking back to the house. And the whole time we were walking back, all I could think about was, holy shit, this water is really heavy. Why did I buy 230 cases? And that was pretty much all I could think about, like the whole way home. It was just really heavy. So anyway, we get back to Anthony's house. We get back to the party. We walk in. Anthony's sitting in the front living room. He sees me walk in. He runs over. He's like, yo, real MVP, got the water for everybody. I was like, yeah, man, no problem. And then out of nowhere, Jason's arm gets thrown around me, and he comes up behind me, and he's like, yo, this motherfucker, Austin, he still got it. And Anthony goes, what happened? He goes, he dropped Molly in the middle of a fucking Walmart, dude. And I just start dying laughing because of how amped up Jason was. And Anthony's like, yo, really? I was like, I guess I did, yeah. And he's like, holy shit. And they were just gassing me up for no reason. Like, they were just way too hyped for no fucking reason. There was no reason to be as excited as they were. But to be honest, that's probably because they were also on Molly. But anyway, about an hour later, the Molly kicked in. I was sitting there in the middle of the living room. Music was blaring. And I was just like sitting there on the couch. And I could feel my heart rate going up and up and up. And I just started feeling more and more confident. Like, I don't have a ton of confidence, realistically, in myself. But I could feel myself getting more confident. Like, genuinely, I felt like the need to want to get up and like dance with everybody, even though I usually would never do that. So anyway, about 20 minutes later, I end up getting up while everyone's jumping up and down and having fun to the music and joining them. And while I'm in there hanging out with everyone, dancing and shit, I end up talking to this girl who I knew for a long time, but not like well. Like, we were always kind of acquaintances, but I never really talked to her like one-on-one. So I started talking to her because I had a very big false sense of confidence in myself because of you know what. And me and her started dancing, and I can't lie, for a majority of the party, it was going good. And then, of course, about an hour into, or like an hour and a half into feeling this Molly, I hear something outside that no one wants to hear when they're at a party on something. I hear sirens approaching the house. And I look over at Jason, and Jason looks over at me, and then Anthony runs over, and he's like, yo, are there cops outside? And I was like, I hear sirens, I don't know. And Anthony runs over to the window, and he opens up the window, like the blinds, and he goes, oh, shit. All right, everyone get the fuck out. Everyone to the back, right now. We go to the back. It was like some Project X type shit. Everyone runs to the backyard as fast as we can, and we all pile out back. And Anthony goes, all right, everyone stay back here, stay quiet. I'm going to go talk to them. And me, this girl, Jason, a couple other of our friends are all just on the back porch sitting there being as quiet as we possibly can, wondering what's happening, right? And about 20 minutes later, we see flashlights approaching the backyard. And I'm like, oh shit, they're searching the backyard. And sure enough, 2 cops turn the corner. And they're like, wow, a lot of people back here. And I don't know what to say, right? Like, they're right in front of me. And I just kind of stay quiet and look at them. And then Anthony comes up behind them and goes, yep, this is everybody. Like, they're all just kind of chilling back here. And the cop goes, so, can you guys just keep it down? Everyone? Is that cool? And everyone nods their head yes. And he goes, cool. Because if you can't, we have to shut the party down. We don't want to do that. We know you guys are just having your fun, enjoying your summer. So, yeah, keep it down, and we won't come back. And they just didn't care. They did not care about the fact that 40 people, or around 40 people, were like crouched down in the backyard, essentially trying to hide from them, and got caught. And they didn't care. They just wanted us to stay quiet, and they didn't want to shut our party down. And that's what they didn't do. Literally, the rest of the night, we just went back inside, we turned the music down a little bit, and we were fine. The rest of the party continued, and we had no problems. I can't lie, this is probably one of the only stories where there's a good ending and no one got fucking hurt, or I didn't have a bad experience, or like a bad time, or a panic attack, you know what I mean? Like, I actually just had a really, really good night, and everything went according to plan. Well, kind of. The police did show up, but could have gone a lot worse. But yeah, guys, the rest of the night, I just talked to that girl and my friends, and just had a nice, fun time at this party, and just kind of unwinded. It was great. Still, though, moral of the story is, don't be like Luna, okay? Don't do what I was doing in this story time, because it could have gone really bad. Luckily, it didn't, but it could have. So, yeah, I don't want to see you guys get, in shitty situations, so don't do anything I did in this story time. But yeah, guys, I thought you would enjoy hearing about this. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.